Hello to all my woke folk out there. All of you awakening in this wonderful golden age of awakening, age of Aquarius. Welcome to my channel, Ideal Tarot. My name is Memra, and today we're going to dig into three messages. Whichever one you're ready for, you'll be drawn to. There's no coincidences. So, I've got three piles, and the first pile is has the pyrite energy. So if you're drawn to the pyrite, this is the pile for you. That's pile number one. Pile number two is bonded chakra. It's my little skeleton. Bonded chakra. That's pile number two. And pile number three is sunstone. It's pink sunstone. That's pile number three. So whichever crystal you are feeling called to at this time, this is your message. You may be called to one, you may be called to all three, I don't know. So if there's a message for you, you will know by the crystal that you resonate with. So I'm going to start with pile number one. I'm going to put your little crystal in my bowl here. Send out the vibration. So I've already picked several cards. I drew these last night, yesterday, and the messages are pretty clear. But we're going to go ahead and start with the pyrite, pile number one. And your card was, the overall was glow up. Glow up. So this card, it says new opportunities, new career, successful business. But you're glowing up. And it doesn't have to actually be something tangible. Your inner light is becoming like radiant, and it's not about like surface level or surface level beauty. It's your aura is expanding. People are feeling the radiance of your aura. Because you've done deep inner work and it's paying off. So you're no longer dimming your light. You are shining. Time to shine. And notice this circle here, completion of a cycle. A cycle's been completed. That's pretty good. So what came out for glow up, I pulled an inner child, and we got number 14, flow with the rhythm. Get lost in the rhythm of movement today. And look at that circle. How crazy is that? Look at the circle. That is amazing. Plus, this is number 14, which breaks down to a 5, which is about change, shifting. So the inner child, get lost in the rhythm of movement today. It's inviting you to just dance with life. Loosen the grip of protection or perfection. Sorry. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to control everything, and you know this because you've done the work. Doesn't force, it flows, and just let your body lead you. Let your heart lead you. just going with the flow, being present. You know, this is the way. In the last collective reading, we got the go with the flow magic unicorn card, and it's still telling you that's the way to go, going with the flow. Stop trying to control everything, which you already know that because you've done the work. I was just amazed at the circles, the full circles here. That's crazy. And so I pulled you a couple of tarot, one from Soul Cat and one from the Legends. And you got Nine of Wands and the Sun. Nine of Wands and the Sun. That has a lot to do with the glow up, the sun. And then your resilience. Just how resilient you are. And how you continue to grow and how you continue to learn and continue to shine. You've been through a lot. You were wounded, but you were never broken, which is a really big message that's been coming through lately. It's like a final push before the breakthrough, and your glow up is earned. It's not just given, you've earned it. You've earned this glow up. You've earned the sun. You know, you're not acting on your fear anymore. The sun just confirms, you know, the joy, your alignment. Look at that unicorn. It's beautiful. So it's like after the Nine of Wands, it's saying you've made it. You're shining now. You know, your resilience paid off. You're doing great. Keep it up. Okay, and then I pulled some moonology. Well, I was trying to pull one, but you got two. You got two moonologies. You got New Moon in Pisces, which is meditate and contemplate, which is on page 64, which breaks down to a 10, which is a completed cycle and a new beginning. And then you got the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon, which is an 8, which is abundance. And this isn't just financial abundance. This is spiritual abundance. This is abundance of knowledge, abundance of just abundance. The meditate and contemplate with the new moon in Pisces. Pisces is really intuitive and reconnecting to your soul's dreams. You're connected with your dreams. Your imagination is just not fantasy. You know, things that you're dreaming about, they're not just fantasy or imagination. You know, it's almost prophecy. Very intuitive, very psychic energy. And gaining momentum in the waxing moon. Where'd it go? Gaining momentum, waxing moon. Things are accelerating, and that's crazy. That's an 8. Page 98 breaks down to 17, which is an 8. And in the tarot, the 8 of Wands is fast moving action, which that card came out in my last collective message. So the energy is gaining momentum. So that's basically the 8 of Wands energy. Things coming in fast. I mean, even if you don't see the proof yet, the groundwork, it's complete. See the complete circles? The groundwork is complete. Wow. I did a video called The Fire in the Silence or something like that. And that's kind of what I'm getting is like, keep trusting the momentum is building in the silence. Also, I talked about in my last video about being in a cocoon. So you need to just, take a little minute and meditate and contemplate and sit there in your cocoon and let things flow, surrender control. Either you've done this or you're being guided to do this. Wow. And then your ancestor card, I got star ancestor. I don't know, you could relate with being a star seed. It says follow the voice of your soul. Wow. Follow the voice of your soul. Because your soul knows the way. Your soul knows the way. It's like you're receiving direction. Look at those constellations all around there. It's like a map. It's like a map. And this also confirms that you do have cosmic support. You're receiving direction from your starseed lineage, your starseed galactic family. So don't doubt the signs that you're seeing. Pay attention to the synchronicities. Pay attention around you because you're getting messages, whether they're in your dreams, whether they're in your dreams or reality on a license plate, or numbers mean a lot to me. I always pick up on number patterns, and so that's the way the universe communicates with me. So you may, I resonate with that, but follow the voice of your soul and trust it. Then you received, and the witch is familiar, the runes. You got the scorpion, which is Hagalaz. And this represents, he brings disruption for purification. So it's like it kind of goes with this Nine of Wands card, the resilience, working through that disruption to bring the purification through. Hagalaz, it's a scorpion, and it's kind of like showing you that old patterns are dying, but not to harm you. This is just, to free you, to liberate you. Allow the death so the rebirth can complete. And either you've done that or that's what you're being guided to do. There's another full circle. It's like the full moon. It's crazy. All these circles in here. Even on the meditate and contemplate, you can see the big full roundness, the completion of the circle. You are definitely on the right path. Definitely glowing, definitely shining. People feel your energy. It's huge. Just to summarize your message, you're glowing because you've chosen to heal, and you're rising because you no longer resist. You're going with the flow. Just listen to your inner child. Listen to your heart. Let it lead you. Let your ancestors guide you. Pay attention to the synchronicities. They're speaking to you. Because the momentum is here. And the only thing left to do is just trust the rhythm. Trust the rhythm of your becoming. Trust the rhythm of your becoming. You're there. And the angels and ancestors and everything you connect with is very, very proud of you. And it's going to talk about the pyrite. Where did my pyrite? And that is basically abundance and confidence. Pyrite is abundance and confidence. So I was going to pull you a crystal spirit oracle card. And see what comes out with your pyrite, or what crystal you need to work with at this time. All right. Shuffle, they're kind of big. All right, pile number one. What crystal does pile number one need to work with at this time? There it is. Just flew out for you. So it's funny because this fell out a second ago when I dropped the cards, and it flew out. So sodalite. Let's see here. Sodalite is page 52, which breaks down to a 7, which is divine communication. So there is a divine message here. So I'm going to read the guidance out of the crystal oracle book. Okay, sodalite. The essential meanings for sodalite is intentionality, conscious awareness, an awakened state, inner knowing, and self-confidence, clear expression of intentions. This is your completion, your full circle of understanding, recognizing patterns and learning from it and moving on and going. You understand the cycle. It says state of conscious awareness is the key to clearly communicating your intentions to the conscious universe. The message of this card is to be fully awake as you make choices, large and small, that will influence your well-being. It's when we fall asleep to our spiritual nature and connection with the universal consciousness, that old habits return and we forget our commitment to personal transformation. Sodalite spirit has appeared to help you wake up and notice whether you are becoming complacent and not following through as you promised yourself you would. Now is the time to reconnect with the conscious universe so that Sodalite spirit can magnify your awareness, helping you recognize whether your conscious and subconscious intentions are in sync, so that you do not get in your own way as you co-create what you desire. So you just need to stay focused, stay committed, continue doing what you're doing, recognizing patterns because they're coming up right now. And that was a big thing in one of the other messages that I had, that, old patterns and beliefs, limiting beliefs coming up, rising up to the surface. And we're having to deal with those to clear the space, which was what I was talking about in the video about the fire and the silence. That's stuff that's surfacing up so that we can clear space, and you're doing that. And you're doing that because you see and recognize the pattern, and Sodalite will help you continue to do that. So you need to make sure that you're awake and you're seeing these things, paying attention to the synchronicities like we were talking about. All right, your final card is going to be an angel number. What do the angels have? What message do the angels have for pile number 1? Glow up. That's the angel message. Yep, there it goes. 3344. And all this 3344 breaks down to a 5, which is about change. And it says spiritual awakening, guardianship, and abundance. That's exactly what the pyrite is, abundance. That's awesome. There are many assists around you now. The angels are all here to assist, guide, and love you. Reach out to accept their assistance because they also reach out their hand to you. Wow. You got abundance and pyrite for your first message and your last message. You are abundant in all, like all abundance. So that was it for pile number 1. And so hope you got something out of that. Hope something in there resonated, because if you picked pile number 1, there was something there for you. Okay. All right, moving on to pile number 2. All right, pile number two. Pile number two, you chose bonded chakra. You are drawn to the bonded chakra. This is a healing stone. It's the rainbow of chakras. It's got all of the colors, all of the chakras here. Um, let's see. It's got everything. It's this the full spectrum. Unity, self healing across energetic layers. Um, so this is about balance and alignment and all that good stuff. So I'm going to put him in the bowl, in the singing bowl, and bring forth the vibration of the bonded chakra. Bonded chakra energy. Okay. So, your vibe card, what came up for you was masculine energy. And it's got here authority, discipline, father figure, um, masculine energy. So I don't know. It feels like you're in your masculine, which is okay. Um, you're taking authority. You're taking the lead on something. That's what it feels like. Um, balancing the inner masculine here. Like a sacred authority. The discipline, devotion, divine masculine energy, integration. Um, let's see. Standing tall in your authority, standing up for what you believe. Um, standing up for what you believe in. It's kind of like the one of the king's suits, leading with authority. Oh, we'll see. I did pull you some cards. Yesterday I pulled the cards for the pile, so you got. I pulled first the Inner Child Oracle card. Find your haven. There is a place of wonder waiting just for you. Lead yourself to the place you never had. You balance, discipline of the masculine with the gentleness of the feminine. It's that sweet spot right there. It's a little sweet spot. Create that safety that you seek. Alignment. Getting into alignment, balance. Okay. Your tarot cards, it's funny. You got the Fool and the Queen of Cups. The emotions, and the initiator, the new beginning. Begin again with trust and feeling, like following your heart. It's funny, I felt like wearing my green aventurine, which is related to heart chakra. It's about emotional leadership. Let softness, balancing out this masculine energy, which I feel like I said, was one of the kings of the tarot, and balancing it out with the Queen of Cups, which is, the emotional, the softened, the gentle, balancing those out. And the funny thing about it is, bonded chakra is balance. It's about balance and healing, alignment. So that's
That's pretty much the message I'm feeling from there is balancing that feminine and masculine energy will put you on this new journey. Um, so let's keep going. You have, I pulled a moonology and you got hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Funny, we just had full moon in Capricorn. You've got new moon in Capricorn. And this talks about masculine frequency. It's a masculine frequency, structure, commitment. You're being told that your spiritual effort is taking root. It's about grounding and whatever it is you're doing is taking root in your reality. So you're doing the work. You're on the right path. Um, your effort is it's working. It's taking root, and even if your fruit isn't visible yet, trust the game. Trust the divine timing of this, because whatever it is you're doing or creating or rooting, have some patience, because you're going to see it. You're going to see it. But it's asking you to be committed. So your hard work is paying off. Trust that. Know that. Then I was going to pull you an Ancestor Angels card, and you got two. And oh my goodness, it's funny because you got the Sage, be devoted and committed, and the Lord, take charge with authority. How crazy is that? What is that saying to you? Be devoted and committed. I was just saying that with the hard work is paying off. It's just staying on course, believing. Um, you're unfolding something that requires consistency over urgency or intensity. It's staying consistent, sacred discipline. You know, whatever it is you're doing, stay with it. It's working. Um, wow. This is like emperor energy. You're being initiated. Yeah. I mean, be devoted and committed and take charge with authority. That's what you're being asked to do. Take the lead. Then I pulled you a Witch's Familiar rune. You got the Swan Gibo. They're about grace and mystery, emotional sovereignty. The swan appears when you're learning to lead without becoming hard. So it's like balancing the masculine and the feminine, bringing some more of that softer, gentler energy into your leading, into your authority, balancing that out. Either you have, or the message is you are working on that, balancing that out. It's like rising in your power without losing compassion and heart energy. So, you can lead with your heart, with generosity. So we're talking about King of Pentacles is what I'm feeling this masculine is. Feeling like the King of Pentacles and being grounded and being generous and loving. King of Cups, King of Pentacles combined. Just your masculine energy, period. It's like all of the kings energy and the emperor. But remember to incorporate your Queen of Cups, your emotions, your love, your generosity and compassion in this authority. Um, so basically, you're stepping into your next throne, your next throne. And it's not through force, but like through love. You have to do that through love. And the inner child is feeling safe because, you're showing up. You're showing up for your inner child. Um, and, you carry like the wisdom of the sage and the vision of the swan, the fire of the Lord. The world does not need more noise, it needs more leaders who can listen and take charge but lead with their soul. That's you. Yeah, we don't need more noise. We just need more people to step up into their authenticity, share their knowledge, share their knowing, share their remembrance, because people are waking up. So I was going to pull a crystal spirit oracle and see what other crystal pile number 2 can work with. Pile number 2, masculine energy, balance. What other crystal energy message or crystal does pile number 2 need at this time? There it goes. Ha! Rose quartz never fails to come out. The heart energy is very important. Heart coherence. Wow, rose quartz. It's just, and I was just talking about the heart chakra. And there it is. Rose quartz would be very good for you at this time. Let's see what rose quartz talks about here. What is the message for rose quartz? The essential meaning: self-love, self-worth, being enough, worthiness. When the rose quartz spirit appears, you are called to pay attention to one of the most wonderful creations the conscious universe has ever brought into being: you. Have you forgotten how beautiful you are? You have so many strengths and a unique set of qualities that will be like magical superpowers as you walk the healing path. Rose quartz spirit has come to remind you of your soul's worth. Many people will benefit simply from knowing you and being in your presence. Drinking in the love that radiates from your heart. Trust that the conscious universe is always there to fill you up with the power of love whenever you need it, and remind you that you are worthy of all that you seek, for you are an exquisite expression of divinity. What a powerful and one-of-a-kind source of healing love that you are. Rose quartz. So that's what it's talking about, leading with your heart. Wow, that's an awesome card to get with your message. And last, we're going to pull an angel card. Okay, let's pull an angel message for pile number 2. Angel message for pile number 2. Oh, looks like you got 2 messages. 1166 and 2255. 1166. Pray sincerely. Change, harvest, wealth, and beauty. Keep connecting your thoughts with the heavens and release any worries about the material level. The meaning of attention is to pray for assistance now to repair what displeases you or interferes with you in the material world. Pray sincerely. Change, harvest, wealth, and beauty. Then 2255 says, happiness falls from heaven. Confidence, strength, companionship. Your prayers and intentions have always been very clear, strong, and without reservation. Therefore, the change will come faster than you expect. When your dreams come true, don't let it confuse you. They may appear in ways you don't expect. So stay confident. Always talk to God and seek further confirmation. So those were your messages, and hopefully that resonated with you. In summary, um, lead from love. Um, this pile is for those who honor like the sacred masculine in a healed way, rather than in others. Yourself and others. That it's a healed masculine energy that leads with heart, generosity, compassion, kindness, but still has that authority. You can have the authority and be kind. You don't have to be so disconnected and so strong that you forget that you have a heart. All right. That was pile number 2. Hopefully you found something to resonate, and maybe you get some rose quartz or bonded chakra for this time for you. So hopefully there's a message in there for you, and I will be now moving on to pile number 3. So, all right. Hello, pile number 3. You chose the sunstone. And this crystal is about empowerment, joy, self-worth. It clears emotional debris and restores vitality and reconnects you to your divine solar self. Okay, it heals the sacral and solar plexus. It helps lift that emotional heaviness that you sometimes feel. The self-sacrifice and the burnout and all of that. Sunstone, it carries that message that I've been feeling in other videos recently that I've posted, is that you're not broken. You're being realigned. You're recalibrating. You're not broken. And this crystal brings you joy and enlightenment and pleasure. It's about pleasure and joy. So that's the crystal that you need to be working with if you chose this pile. So let's put him in the singing bowl and pull out the vibration of the sunstone. Sunstone energy. And when I pulled your cards out, you received 2 what's the vibe for you. So there's like a double message here. You got exhausted and today, which is about being present. This one is about being present. Good vibes. Joy, like the sunstone. Being in the now. And, letting this exhaustion go. You've got to rest and recharge. Okay, and which that was also a message in my last reading, I believe it was, about resting and recharging. You're not being rushed into something. Even though you feel this calling, you are not being rushed. That's your own belief. You know, divine timing is very slow, and it's the process itself, the unfolding of the process that be in that process, in the now, in the process itself, that's gonna bring you the joy and the pleasure, and slowing down and enjoying that will remove the overwhelm and the burden that you feel. So, you know, the exhausted and today card, you know, this pile is telling me return to the present moment where joy still lives despite your past wounds, because you can't change the past, and the past does not control your now. So return to the present. Let the past wounds go. You got an inner child card. What came out for you was you are enough. And the sunstone is about self-worth. You are enough. You do not have to give more. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for others' happiness. You are enough. You don't have to be anything other than what you are naturally, authentically. It's a nice rainbow there. You are enough. You don't have to prove anything to anybody, basically. It's telling you to rest and recover. And remember, you were never too much, and you've always been enough. You're enough. All right, so then pulled you a Moonology Oracle card. Emotions are running high came out. This is a supermoon. So you're very highly sensitive and emotional right now. On the verge of just wanting to cry, and that heavy emotional feeling. That release. You might also relate. You might have been also felt drawn to pile number 2. You're in a moment of emotional release, and it's not a weakness. And I say this over and over and over, and I need to remind myself of it all the time, that vulnerability is our superpower. So feel your feels. It's not a weakness. It's purification. Yeah, it's purifying. It's making space. It's funny how these 3 piles are somewhat connected, and they all kind of together are included in the reading that I just did before this one. In the video I did before this one, it's like it's split that message into 3, like you all are on, you know, on 3 different timelines, or, you know, in 3 different areas of that entire message. It's telling the ones who need to hear, you know, pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. There's something about the entire message that it was split up into 3 for where you are right now. So if you chose pile number 3, it wasn't a coincidence. And it talks about purifying yourself by releasing these emotions that are stirring up in you. Don't ignore them. Don't disconnect from them. Feel them for yourself. Yeah. Purify yourself by releasing this. Then I got you 2 tarot cards, and the ones that came out for pile number 3 was 3 of Swords and the Knight of Cups. That's cups with that emotion. But look at that, the swords. Releasing that energy from the past, those past pains and those past hurts, it's going to elevate you. It's going to elevate you to the next level. You're going to clear up space and grow from understanding what that was all about. Recognizing those emotions, feeling those emotions, letting them release, letting them outpour. I know in the regular tarot of the king, the Knight of Cups, I think the cup is overflowing. So you're having to let those emotions, release those emotions to make more room in your cup for what's to come. So release this. Yeah, it's just from heartbreak to healing. So you're still open, and that openness, and that vulnerability, that's your gift. That's your gift. You haven't let that shut you down or keep you from growing and expanding. You know that that's going to help you grow and expand. Feeling those emotions, those wounds from the past. Then, from the angels and ancestors, you also got 2 cards. And that's funny because Spirit Fox came out in the last video. So that's why I also feel like these 3 piles are combined in that one video. But you got Spirit Fox and Winter. Spirit Fox says, trust your talents in changing times. And Winter says, take care of your needs. Sit those there. There's some feathers. The Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. It's like, being adaptable and using your wits and your creativity to shape your way forward. And then the wolf, the winter card, it's about rest and how sacred rest can be and how you need to recharge and take care of yourself. Not everything needs your attention. Some things just need stillness. Yeah. But you need to pause and take time out for yourself and for your needs and to recharge your energy so that you can continue on your path, which is pretty significant. Sharing and you just being present, just your presence alone around somebody is healing, whether you know it or not. You are the wounded healer. And then in the Witch's Familiar Oracle, you got Sowilo, and I think that's Kingfisher bird. This rune here, it's the rune of the sun. It symbolizes victory and vitality, illumination. So, it's not like you don't already know these things. Oh my goodness. And we picked the sunstone, and this rune is of the sun. So maybe sunstone is a good crystal for you to work with at this time. But this does symbolize victory. So it's not like you may have already done this. You may have already put these emotions and brought them forth because, I don't know, about a week ago or so, there was a reading that I did about all of these emotions and things from the past surfacing, and that we would have to deal with those things in order to elevate and clear space out. And that's maybe what you've done, because the Kingfisher bird is about being victorious in this. So that's great. The Kingfisher, this bird represents hope and divine timing. So even if you're not moved through this yet, you will. and you will do it in divine timing. Um, it's funny, it's known to appear after storms, and in one of the other piles, which I can't remember right now, but it was talking about destruction before purification. And that's the same energy here. Um, so your light will return through joy and happiness. So sunstone is really significant here for you. Um, you've given, a lot of yourself, and your heart grew tired, exhausted. You're exhausted. But now the light is returning within you, and it's not a demand, it's a gift. Your light is a gift. The fox and the wolf here, they walk beside you, guiding you towards rest, warmth, the truth. Joy still lives within you, and you know that. And that sunstone is within you. So get out to nature, get out in the sun, absorb some of that joy and light. Okay, I was going to pull you a crystal spirit oracle to see what other crystal that would be good for you to work with at this time. So, sunstone. What other crystal energy is good to work with? Sunstone for pile number 3. Pile number 3. Okay, there it is. Labradorite. I love labradorite. Funny. Okay, so this is on page 29, which breaks down to 11. And your inner child card was page 38, which broke down to 11. It's not a comfortable number, but it's one about elevation. And we were just talking about growing and elevating and expanding here. Spiritual insight and psychic sensitivity, divine purpose and higher mission. If you're aligned with 11, you feel like you feel things really deeply, which is also when the Knight of Cups came out with this. You feel things very deeply. You experience emotional highs and emotional lows, and you're here to transmute that pain into light. That's great. So you got 11. Just, you're just, that you're a divine soul, just wrapped in human tenderness. That's rare, and that's a gift. So, anyway, page, or labradorite, page 20, or number 29, talks about the essential meanings: awakening to the magic within, mystery and synchronicity, and help from unexpected sources. Awakening the magic. Trust your talents in changing times. You're awakening the magic. As we go about our healing work, bringing love and light into the dark corners of our hearts and our lives, we can forget that alongside reason and logic is a very practical tool of magic. Do you think of magic that way, or did you buy into the notion that the healing toolbox contains only what can be defined, tested, predicted, and controlled by humans and their current technology? Labradorite Spirit is here to tell you to believe in the mystery of how the conscious universe finds ways to support us in healing what is broken. For its ways are magical. You are being called to make a conscious choice to acknowledge the reality invisible to the senses, that makes itself known through meaningful coincidences. Pay attention to synchronicities. I was just saying that in one of the other piles. Um, the synchronicities that are bearing messages from the conscious universe, which is eager to see you replace what you have lost and repair what has become frayed or broken. Listen to the part of your whispering that something small and seemingly insignificant has great importance, for it is speaking the truth of magical synchronicities. So, Labradorite, it's one of my favorite crystals to work with. And then we'll pull your final card, your angel number message from the angels for Sunstone pile number 3. Final message, pile number 3. Oh, there it is, 3399. Go further. Firm, prosperous, and wealthy. It says this strong message is about releasing situations in your life that are no longer true or have fulfilled their purpose. Don't cling to this situation out of fear. Know that you are cared for every moment. It is important to maintain a positive perspective on yourself and your future. And Sunstone is definitely a good stone for working with positivity and joy. So stay positive. Keep your positive perspective. That's obviously a very important message from the angels for you, pile number 3. Stay positive. Okay. All right, so that was it for you, pile number 3, and hopefully you found something in there to resonate with you, something that spoke to you. You did not choose this this pile. It wasn't a coincidence, so there was something in there for you. So that was it, and hopefully you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye.